The air crackled with friendly competition, a palpable energy that could be felt by anyone who stepped into the room. Laughter filled the small community room, echoing off the walls and creating an atmosphere of warmth and camaraderie. It was Friday night, and the weekly Veterans Poker game was in full swing. The table was surrounded by familiar faces, each one etched with stories of bravery and sacrifice. These men, once brothers in arms, were now united by cards, camaraderie, and shared experiences. The poker table had become a sanctuary, a place where they could let their guard down and simply be themselves. They swapped stories, traded jokes, and offered each other unwavering support. The bonds formed in the heat of battle had only grown stronger with time, now reinforced by these weekly gatherings. Among them was Joe, a man who wore his heart on his sleeve. Joe was struggling, and it was evident to everyone at the table. He had a hard time finding a job that felt right. Despite his best efforts, nothing seemed to fit, and the frustration was beginning to take its toll. Bills piled up, and the worry lines on his face deepened. The weight of his responsibilities was becoming too much to bear alone. His fellow veterans, noticing his troubled look, knew they had to help their friend find his footing. They rallied around Joe, offering advice, resources, and most importantly, their unwavering friendship. In this room, no one was ever truly alone. Joe's hand trembled slightly as he looked at his cards. The room was filled with the familiar sounds of shuffling chips and murmured conversations. But Joe's mind was elsewhere. It wasn't the poker game making him nervous. He had played countless hands before, but tonight was different. It was the mounting pressure of his financial woes. Bills were piling up, and the threat of losing his home loomed over him like a dark cloud. He had always been a proud man, hesitant to ask for help. The thought of admitting his struggles to his friends was almost unbearable. But the weight of his situation was becoming too heavy to bear alone. Each day felt like a battle, and he was growing weary. "You okay, Joe?" asked Max, a burly veteran with a heart of gold. Max had always been the one to look out for everyone. Max had a way of seeing through people, of sensing their struggles. He could tell when something was off, and tonight, Joe was clearly not himself. "It's nothing I can't handle," Joe replied, trying to sound confident. But his voice wavered, betraying his true feelings. He attempted a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. The effort was there, but the sincerity was not. The other veterans exchanged knowing glances. They had all been through tough times and recognized the signs of a man in distress. They could see through Joe's facade. They knew he needed their support, even if he wasn't ready to ask for it. They had been through too much together to let one of their own struggle alone. S1. "Rough day, Joe?" one of them asked gently, breaking the silence. The room fell quiet, waiting for Joe's response.
You know, Joe, I was in a similar situation a while back, felt lost, uncertain about the future.
All eyes turned to Max, their curiosity piqued. Max wasn't one to brag, so when he spoke, everyone listened.
I decided to invest in myself. I could not let this opportunity slip away, in all honesty. I bought a blueprint on how to make and sell digital marketing items that are in high demand. It was easy, and I have had a lot of help from the moment I began. This is my new journey, and it has been the best decision I ever made.
Max's story offered a glimmer of hope, a beacon of possibility for Joe and the others. Investing in yourself, a new mission. The concept of investing in yourself resonated deeply with Joe. It wasn't just about money alone, it was about investing time and effort in acquiring new skills and knowledge. It was about believing in your potential, even when life threw curveballs.
There are resources available to veterans, programs that can help you transition to civilian life and develop in-demand skills. But fellas, it isn't enough, and I know that all too well. The digital growth community is where I finally felt like I had control of my life. I couldn't be happier with the opportunity I stumbled upon. The best part is this blueprint is flexible. You can learn at your own pace, on your own time. As soon as your website is set up, you can soar and earn as you learn.
This resonated with Joe, who was hesitant to commit to a rigid schedule while he was still finding his footing. But this sounded like an opportunity he can't pass up.
"I will learn a new trade, and it is going to change my life," Joe thought to himself.
"Max, where can I sign up?"
"I'm definitely not throwing this away because it's never too late to learn, to grow, to thrive. I'm definitely signing up. I want to go to Aruba with my wife."
"Yeah, Max, I'm in too. I'm starting to feel a renewed sense of purpose. Fellas, I believe we can all make it, just like before.
As the poker game drew to a close, the room was filled with laughter and the clinking of chips. Joe felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The tension that had been building up for months seemed to dissipate. The camaraderie, the shared experiences, and Max's inspiring story had reignited a spark of hope within him. Max had talked about overcoming his own struggles, and it resonated deeply with Joe. He realized he wasn't alone. For the first time in a long while, Joe felt truly understood. He had a brotherhood supporting him, cheering him on. These were men who had been through similar battles, both on and off the field. Joe decided to take the first step. He knew it was time to make a change. He would explore the programs Max had mentioned, invest in himself, and pave the way for a brighter future. The idea of this new adventure excited him. He thought it wouldn't be easy, and there would be many obstacles along the way. But Max reassured him of the step-by-step videos and tech support at any and every point. With the support of his brothers in arms, he felt a newfound strength. He was ready to face the challenge head-on. Together, they would navigate the path ahead, supporting each other every step of the way.